Carissa Aileen Schell. Carissa, who goes by the nickname Rissa, went missing from Turlock, California on April 21, 2011. She has not been seen or heard from since. She was staying with friends and for reasons unknown left the residence between 2 and 3 a.m., simply saying that she would be back in the morning. Authorities do believe that she left of her own accord. Rissa has no prior history as a runaway, and she had a good relationship with her family at the time of her disappearance. She was also very active on social media, but hasn't posted since April 20th, 2011. Her last posts are visible online, and references to drinking and partying are there. She refers to being hospitalized not long before going missing due to health problems. Rissa was last seen wearing a black and gray t-shirt and blue jeans. She had dimple piercings in both cheeks, and she also has a homemade tattoo of lips on her neck. At the time she went missing, she was in the habit of dyeing her hair frequently, sometimes wearing contacts to change her eye color. Her natural hair color and eye color are both brown. She is 5'6", and when she disappeared, she weighed 140 pounds. Born on December 11, 1994, she was age 16 when she went missing. She also had septum, navel, and ear piercings. There was an age-progressed photo done of her, but the target age was 19, with and without the dimple piercings. However, if she is still alive, she would be 26 today. If you know anything at all about her whereabouts, please call the Turlock Police Department at the number on your screen. Tabitha Danielle Tudors. Tabitha was last seen by her family at approximately 7 a.m. on April 29, 2003. Her father woke up in their home in Nashville, Tennessee, and she was seen watching television while he left for work. She was supposed to board the school bus at 8 a.m. Witnesses, however, saw her walking toward the bus stop in the correct direction at the correct time. She was seen walking leisurely, reading some papers, and she didn't appear to be in a hurry or worrying about anything. This was the last known sighting of Tabitha. She did not get on the bus, and she never arrived at Bailey Middle School 2 miles away. Her parents contacted the school that evening when she failed to return home. That was when they found out that she had been absent from school that day. Her parents reported her missing that evening shortly before 6 p.m. Tabitha had no history of running away, and her family saw no indication she was going to willingly leave home. She was a straight-A student with a perfect attendance record that was very important to her. She was active in the choir at Eastland Baptist Church, and there is no evidence that she had a boyfriend. She was supposed to go visit Six Flags of America Amusement Park in Louisville, Kentucky, 2 weeks after she disappeared. This was a trip that she was very excited about and was looking forward to. She left behind all her possessions, including her clothes, makeup, and $20 in cash. Authorities initially treated Tabitha as a runaway due to her age. Unfortunately, in many police jurisdictions, this is the default. Unless there is proof of an abduction, they will not treat it as anything other than a runaway, and sometimes they will not even take a report. This was even worse in the 70s and 80s, and I think that is a lot of the reason why there are so many unidentified John and Jane Does. Fortunately, in the case of Tabitha, they did reverse their beliefs, and she was investigated as an abduction versus a runaway. Unfortunately, there has still been no results as for figuring out what happened to Tabitha. Her parents and 2 adult siblings were all investigated, and none of them were called suspects in her disappearance. A neighborhood boy told the police that they saw Tabitha get into a red car with a man in the morning of her disappearance. He described the driver as African American, 30 to 40 years old, wearing a baseball cap. The witness stated that once Tabitha was inside the vehicle, the driver quickly reversed course and headed back up the hill. The boy's story has not been confirmed, but some investigators doubt his credibility. However, tracking dogs traced Tabitha's scent along a route similar to the one described by the boy. The dogs eventually traced her scent into an alley, a place that Tabitha's friends said she would never have gone alone. In addition, the man described by witnesses matches Tabitha's sister's boyfriend, and he also drove a red car. And he knew where and when Tabitha took the school bus each morning. The police tried but were never able to connect him to her disappearance. Her parents stated that they did not believe she would willingly have gotten into a car with anyone other than a family member. A piece of paper was found in Tabitha's room after her disappearance, and it may have a connection to the case. The paper reads in Tabitha's handwriting, TDT and MTL. TDT are Tabitha's initials, and MTL may be somebody she was interested in. No one knows who has those initials or who that could be. Also found was a business card with Tabitha's name, address, phone number, and the notations "Call Me" and "Sexy Girl," the latter of which was crossed out and rewritten as "Ghetto Girl." The card turned out to have been given to Tabitha by a friend, though, and thought to have no connection to her disappearance. Police went ahead and searched the logs of a computer at the local library where Tabitha was said to frequent. It turned up no information pertaining to her disappearance, and there were some concerns that she was in chat rooms talking to other people. A man who was arrested for trying to lure an 11-year-old girl into his car 4 months earlier was looked at as a person of interest in her case because there were some similarities. The alleged incident also happened just a few blocks from Tabitha's home. There is no evidence connecting the man and Tabitha, however, and he was eventually taken off the suspect list. On October 30th, 2003, a truck driver reported a possible sighting of Tabitha from Linton, Indiana. The truck driver saw a girl accompanied by a man and another teenage girl. The girl, who looked like Tabitha, appeared to be anxious and afraid. Later, when he saw the missing persons flyer of Tabitha, he said he realized that she resembled the girl he had seen, and he contacted the police. A hotel clerk in Linton also saw a girl resembling Tabitha with a man and a teenage girl. She also reported it. These sightings have not been confirmed. On August 19, 2003, almost 5 months after Tabitha disappeared, an 11-year-old girl named Heaven Ross disappeared while on her way to school in Northport, Alabama. Her remains were found in Holt, Alabama 3 years after her disappearance. Her murder remains unsolved. Like Tabitha, Ross had light-colored hair and disappeared in the morning hours on her way to school. Authorities are considering a possible connection between the two girls' cases, though the distance between Nashville and Northport is pretty great, and so far no evidence has been uncovered in the two cases to bind them together. Tabitha's case remains unsolved so far. Investigators are not sure what happened to her, but they believe she is in danger. Tabitha was 13 when she went missing, and if she is alive, she would be 31 today. She may have been a trafficking victim. If you have any information at all on Tabitha's case, the contact information is on the screen. Monica Carrasco. Monica went missing from her home in Balmorhea, Texas on 10/2/2003. Monica's cousin saw her go to bed at 11 p.m. on October 1st. When a family member checked on her at 1:30 a.m., she was still sleeping in her room. Sometime between 1:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. on October 2nd, Monica left the residence, presumably through a door that was located in her bedroom leading to the outside. She didn't inform anybody that she was leaving and did not bring anything with her. When a family member went to wake her up at 6 a.m., Monica was not there. There was no sign of foul play and no suggestion of a break-in, and the door in Monica's room that led to the outside was left unlocked. Velma and Bella suspected that she may have gone for a run but never returned. This seems unlikely, however, because she did not have the necessary footwear with her to go jogging. In fact, she had no shoes on at all. The terrain around their residence was rocky, rugged, and cactus-ridden, which would have made walking barefoot painful. Rosendo Carrasco, Monica's uncle, was a Reeves County Justice of the Peace at one point, and he believes Monica may have become disoriented from her medication and wandered out to nearby Highway 17 and possibly accepted a ride from a passing motorist. It's also been suspected that Monica may have left her residence to meet up with somebody she could have met online. The locals describe Monica as bright, cheerful, and well-liked. She was easy to get along with. During Monica's middle school years, her friends in fact named her Happy Happy due to her constant smile and optimistic attitude. Normally, Monica was focused in school. Her favorite subject was science, and she was aiming to attend Harvard University. For her career, Monica was considering becoming a lawyer or possibly majoring in aeronautics and working for NASA someday. However, in 2000, Monica's father, Ramon, died of a heart attack while getting treatment for bone cancer. Everything changed. Relatives believe this caused Monica to fall into a deep depression. Shortly before Monica vanished, she'd been hospitalized for mental health and anorexia. After she'd been discharged from the hospital, she moved in with her aunt and uncle and their children. This decision was made because Monica was angry with her mother over the hospitalization. While it's possible she simply chose to leave, it seems unlikely as she did not take any belongings with her. All her clothes were accounted for her, as well as her shoes. She would have had to have left shoeless and in a nightgown. If you have any information on Monica's case, please call one of the numbers on your screen. That is all for today. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do. Take care of yourselves and each other.